Welcome. I am Grace. Thank you for being here. This is a 75-minute class on hip openers. I'm so grateful you're here. So we're going to take this moment now to settle in, and I invite you to gently close your eyes, relax into your body, beginning to take some breaths into the lower abdomen, the belly, signaling to the nervous system that relaxation response, triggering the parasympathetic nervous system. And taking this moment now to scan the body, dive inside the body into the inner being, and begin to scan the body from the top of the head all the way down through all the chakras, all the organs, all the way down to the pelvis, the legs, the feet and toes, the arms, hands and fingers. And simply noticing what's going on inside of you without any judgment. You don't even need to put any words. We're just going to dive into a felt sense. And we don't need to change anything that's going on. We are simply observing and noticing where we are at inside. So I invite you to begin that scan now. And I invite you now to set an intention for yourself, a personal intention for this practice. Remembering to make it positive, creating it in the present moment. I'm living the life of my dreams now. I have the relationship of my dreams now. Setting that intention for yourself simply could be, this practice will open my heart and my hips, so my day will be joyful today. Beautiful job. And gently and kindly opening your eyes, fully present in your body, here and now, enjoying this practice together. And we're going to begin bringing the hands to the knees. And I invite you to do a little neck stretches with me. So we're just going to bend that neck over to one side, whichever side feels right. And we can take the hand gently on the head and just ever so gently bringing that head down a little closer to the shoulder. And then releasing, going to the other side. Again, taking that hand and very gently, very slightly, stretching it a little further towards the shoulder and releasing. And now we're going to just move side to side and make those figure eights. Bringing the 8 together at the neck and around. And just figurating the head. Nice gentle opening. And let's go to the other side, the other way now. Figure 8, opposite direction. Beautiful. And coming back to center. Now we're going to move into some pelvic grinds, some circles. So let's lean over to the left, and we'll begin to circle forward and coming to the right and beginning to circle up and back a little bit, and then over to the left and forward again, and just circling around, going at your own pace, your own rhythm. Nice pelvic grinds, circles. And we'll do one more this way and switch directions. And let's switch directions, moving over to the other direction, making those big circles. Keeping the breath flowing, fully present in the body. And we'll do one more circle this direction. Coming back, sitting up straight, back to neutral posture. Beautiful job. And we're going to begin now with a little seated twist, just a simple twist. So we're going to take the right hand and put it on the left knee, and take the left hand and put it right behind the buttocks, pressing into the floor. And on our inhale, we're going to lift up with the chest, elongating the spine. On the exhale, we're going to twist, looking back behind us. Inhale, extending up. And exhale, twisting back. One more time. Inhaling, extending up. And exhaling, twisting back a little further if you can. And let's release, releasing the hands, coming back to neutral. And let's take that left hand on the right knee, right hand back behind the buttocks, inhaling up, and exhaling, twisting back towards the right. Inhaling up, exhaling, twisting back. Inhale up and exhale back. Just a little more if you can. And releasing the posture. Beautiful job. And we're going to go now into a tabletop posture. I'm going to come to the side here so you can see me a little better. The hands are solid on the mat with a nice open hands and a nice spider grip. And wrists are right under the shoulders and the knees are directly under the hips. And we're going to begin with our cat-cow. So with our cow, we're going to stick the tailbone up, arching the back and lifting the head and the chest as we inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to tuck that tailbone under, round that back like a big Halloween cat, and drop the head as we exhale. Inhaling into our cow, sticking that tailbone up, letting that back arch, lifting the heart, the head. Exhaling into cat, rounding that back as you tuck that tailbone under. A couple more cat-cows at your own pace, your own rhythm. And now moving into any spontaneous movements through this. You may want to make some hip circles. Just flowing with your cat and cow. Just adding some styling, some extra movements that might feel good. Keeping the breath flowing. Keeping the body moving. And coming back to neutral position. And we're going to keep our gaze forward. We're going to really root that right hand and into the mat and the left knee. We're going to go into balancing table. So first let's lift that left arm out in front of us, extending it forward. And let's lift the right knee and leg back, extending that back. And breathe. One more breath. And release down on the exhale. Beautiful job. And now we're going to really root the left hand into the mat, ground that left hand into the mat, and the right knee into the mat and leg. And on the next inhale, raising the right arm, extending that forward, and then the left leg and extending it back. You can engage the belly a little bit, engage the bonds if you like, and breathe. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale down. Beautiful job. And let's rest into a child's pose for a moment. And giving child's pose, getting that opportunity to really go within and enter into that stillness within your own being. Coming one with the self. And we're going to come back up into our table. And we're going to move into a seated position. And we're going to move into butterfly or bound angle. It's also been called cobbler pose. And we're going to bring those feet together, the soles of the feet together. And you can move those heels a little closer or further apart, whatever kind of feels close best for you. Feel that spot that feels best for you. And we're going to take those feet and we're going to open them up like a book. And keeping the hands on the feet or the ankles, we're going to inhale, extending and lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, we're going to hinge forward. Moving at the hips, the spine is straight, the back is straight. We're not rounding the spine. Now the option is to bring those hands out in front of you, and you can also bring the hands out onto a block. Or you can bring the hands right out onto the floor. We can engage those bandhas, and let's take 3 deep breaths here. Bandha Konasana, butterfly. Baddha Konasana. We're going to engage the bandhas during our Baddha Konasana. One more breath. And coming up. Beautiful job. And we're going to move now into our Agnisthambasana. This is the fire log posture. It's also been called knee to ankle or double seated pigeon. So let's extend those legs out for just a moment. You actually sit in a staff posture. Both hands, palms on the mat by the hips. Legs extended, feet are flexed into our staff posture, staff pose. And let's take that right leg and bring it out to the side a little bit. And let's take that left leg and let's bring that, line that right up with the edge of the mat. So it's parallel to the mat, nice and parallel to the mat. Beautiful. And then we are going to take that right leg and we're going to stack it right up on top of the left. So the right ankle is going to be resting on the left knee, and the right knee is going to be right under the left knee. Now, my hips aren't open enough to rest that down, but yours might be. And you can put a block under here that helps, or a cushion. Beautiful job. Knees aligned with the ankles, and then we are going to actively flex both feet. Actively flex the feet. Beautiful job. And you can sit in this posture, sitting up straight, elongating the spine, or you can challenge yourself and hinge forward, keeping the ankles and the knees aligned. And there's always the option to come forward onto a block. And whatever you are, once your hands are forward, if that works for you, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe. One more breath. On your next inhale, coming up, releasing those blocks. Use them, releasing the legs, and let's move into a child's pose to integrate the posture. Fire log posture is a great hip opener, and with your child's pose, you can open up those knees a little bit to let the belly rest in. You can bring the hands straight out in front of you in an active child's posture, or you can bring them beside you. And I invite you to go in and be with yourself in that silent stillness of your own being. And bringing the palms to the mat, bringing yourself up. And we are going to move into tabletop. Again, wrists are right below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. And we're going to move into Urdhva Mukha Padasana. And this is threading the needle. We are going to first raise that right arm up to the sky. Inhaling. And on the exhale, bringing that arm down, bringing it right under the left armpit, resting the entire right arm on the mat, the shoulder on the mat, palm is up, bringing the side of the face, the right, bringing the head down, the right, resting on the right side of the face, and breathe. Option is to take that left hand, you can leave it here, or you can bring it to the sacrum. You can bring it up or over. And breathe. One more breath, inhaling up. And exhaling that left hand back down to the mat if it's not already, pressing into the left hand and inhaling that right arm back up and exhaling it back down. Beautiful. This benefits, it relieves the neck and back tension. So we're going to go to the other side. Rooting your right hand into the mat. We're going to inhale, raising the left arm up. Exhaling that left arm so it goes under the armpit. Rest the entire arm onto the mat, the shoulder onto the mat, the side of the face. And the option is to bring that right arm on the sacrum. Right arm straight up or overhead. I'm going to bring it straight up. And breathe. You can engage those bandhas and breathe. Inhale, reaching up into the right hand and pressing that right, bringing it down onto the mat, pressing into the mat. Exhale, and then inhaling the left arm back up to the sky and exhaling the hand back down to the mat. And let's go into down dog for a rest, curling the toes under, pushing into the hands, lifting the hips into down dog. Tailbone is sticking up, thighs are back, heels are coming back, head is resting between the arms. Engage those bandhas and let's have 3 deep breaths in down dog. Hi, Xander. More deep breath. Beautiful. And we're going to move into our next posture from here. It's going to be lunge. So I'm going to invite you to kick that right leg back behind you. Bend that knee and bring that right leg right beside the right hand, between the right and left hand. Beautiful. We're in a lunge, so the feet are parallel to each other like railroad tracks. We're going to put a micro bend in the back knee, release the hands and come up to the knee, the right knee, the front knee. Beautiful. And now we're going to straighten that back leg a little, drop the back heel to the floor. We're going to square those hips a little bit. Bringing that left hip forward a little bit maybe. Making sure that that torso is right over the pelvis. And on the next inhale with the knee, the front knee is right over the front ankle or maybe a little behind. We just try not to bring that right knee forward of the ankle. And let's exhale together. And inhale, bringing those arms up into a nice high lunge. Anjaneyasana asana or crescent lunge. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Can engage those bandhas, and let's have 3 deep breaths here. And exhaling those hands down to the floor, releasing that front leg back into down dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Sticking that tailbone up, heels coming down towards the floor, thighs are back, heads relaxed, arms are strong, pushing into the floor. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Beautiful. And let's go into our lunge on the other side. Let's lift that left leg up high. Bend that knee, bring that left leg so it's right next to the left hand in between both hands. Beautiful job. Feet are parallel like railroad tracks. We can bring that left knee right over the left ankle. Micro bend the back knee as you come up to the left knee. Beautiful job. Straighten that back leg, bring the back heel back to the floor, coming up into your lunge. The torso is directly over the pelvis. Beautiful job. Knees right over the ankle. Let's square those hips a little bit. Now we might take the right hip a little forward to make them square. Beautiful. And on our next inhale, we're going to raise those arms up into a beautiful Anjaneyasana lunge or crescent lunge. Engage those bandhas and let's take 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Deep inhale, and let's exhale together as we bring the hands down to the mat. Beautiful job. And let's bring ourselves back into our child's posture. Three deep breaths in child's posture. Go within. Beautiful job. We're going to come up and we're going to move into blaster pose. So we're going to get onto all fours and we're going to go into a low lunge first. So again, hips under, hips and knees aligned, ankles and hands aligned. And we're going to bring that right leg up, right next to the right hand, in between the hands, into a nice low lunge here. And then we're going to take the right hand inside on the opposite side of the foot, and we're going to come down onto our forearms. Now, if you want to use a block, you can do that. You can clasp the hands. You can move that right foot out just a little bit. Engaging those bandhas, and let's breathe. This is a great hip opener. One more breath. Beautiful job. Releasing the hands, coming up to your palms. Let's bring the right leg back. And let's move to the other side. Let's take this left hand and bring it a little closer to the right this time. Let's bring that left leg right up, straight up. Both hands are to the right of the left leg in our blaster posture, blaster pose. Let's come down to the forearms, clasping the hands in front, and engage those bandhas and breathe. Beautiful job. Releasing the hands, coming up onto the hands. Let's bring that foot, left foot back and move back into our child's posture. Taking 3 deep breaths, going into the silent stillness, basking in the nectar of your own being. Beautiful job. Coming back up, and we're going to move into our Uttanasana lizard pose. So we're going to start lizard pose in down dog. So curling the toes under, pressing into the hands, lifting the hips. Beautiful job. We're in our downward facing dog. Heels are coming down. Tailbone is up, and let's take 3 breaths here. Engaging those bandhas, relaxing the head. Last breath. And on your next inhale, lifting the head and the heart, we're going to bring that right leg up and out to the side of the right hand, keeping that left leg extended and up into a high lunge type position. And now we can come down to our forearms or a block in our lizard posture. And we'll lock the hands and take 3 deep breaths. The option is always to come down to the knees if you need, to rest the arms in a block rather than the mat. 1 more deep breath. Beautiful job. Coming up onto the hands. Let's bring that right leg back behind us in downward dog again for just a breath. On the next inhale, hinging forward, and we're going to bring that left leg to the outside of the left hand. Coming down to the forearms again in the lizard posture. And we'll take 3 deep breaths. Remembering the option, you can always bring that back knee down, or coming down onto our block, or if it doesn't work, you can just stay up here. 3 breaths. The magic in these hip openers are holding them through the breaths. Last breath. Beautiful job. Coming back up with our hands. Let's bring that left foot back. And let's move into our child's posture. Bringing the knees open a little. Remember to go in and bask in the nectar of your being. Become one with yourself, the inner being, the Atman. And gently and kindly coming up. We're going to come up to a seated position where we're sitting on our heels. And we're going to move into Mandukasana. This is frog pose. This is really good. It tones the thighs, the hips, the abs, soothes digestion and massages these internal organs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the thumbs in and fold the fingers over the thumbs and have our fingers in fists positions. And we're going to take those hands and bring them onto either side of the navel, pressing gently yet firmly into the abdomen, the stomach. And we're going to inhale as we open the chest and we elongate the spine. And exhale, bending the upper body forward, bringing the head so it comes to either a block or the floor. And we are going to take 3 deep breaths in this posture. Belly breaths if possible. One more breath. Beautiful job. Coming up. And that was frog version 1. We're going to move into frog version 2. So let's get into our tabletop again. Tabletop posture. And we are going to take those knees out wide and bring them out as wide as your flexibility can allow. I'm not a splits person, so I can't bring my knees out too wide like some people. We're going to point those feet out and then take the feet out a little wider than the knees. And then let's bring the hips back towards the feet for a nice stretch. Beautiful job. And if you want to go even deeper, you can come down onto the forearms, or you can stay up if you like. Remembering to keep those hips back. Engage those bandhas and breathe. 3 breaths. One more nice deep breath. Beautiful. You come out of the posture, come up onto your hands. Let's bring those feet together. Let's bring the knees back up and let's move back into our child's posture, giving ourselves time to integrate the pose and to bask in our own inner being. That's silence within. One more breath. Beautiful job. Good job. Coming up, all the way up. And we are going to move into, we're going to come to a seated position again. I'm going to move into a little forward fold. So we're going to take that right leg and bend that in, bringing the right sole of the foot against the left thigh, inhaling up, and then exhaling, folding forward. And then when it feels like the hips won't allow you to hinge any forward, the backs of the thighs are telling you no, allow the spine to round as you bring the head in towards the knee and the leg, and relax the head. And breathe. And you may try to hinge a little deeper now that you've rested a little into this posture. One more breath. And coming out, we're going to bring the hands to the mat, lifting ourselves all the way back up. And we're going to switch the legs. So we're going to bring the right leg straight out. We're going to bring the left leg in, resting the left foot up against the right thigh. Inhaling, extending the spine, elongating the spine. Exhaling, we're going to hinge forward. You can bring the palms to the mat. Back is straight. See how far you can move with just the hinging of the hips. And when you feel like you have gotten to the extent of your hinge without forcing or pushing, just allow the spine to round, bringing the head in towards the knee and the leg. And taking 3 deep breaths here. Again, seeing if you can hinge a little deeper in that hip now that you've rested there on that edge. Just allowing the body to open, never forcing. One more deep breath. And bringing the hands back down to the mat and lifting yourself back up. Beautiful job. And we're going to bring those feet together. Grab onto those toes. Resting back onto the tailbone and the sacrum. Lifting the heels. And we're going to open up those legs into a nice balancing V posture with the legs. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Lifting the chest up if you can. Finding a drishti, a point in front of you to gaze at that's not moving. One more breath. And exhaling the legs down. And we're going to stay balanced on that sacrum. We're going to bring the knees together, feet together, and we're going to move into boat. So bringing the legs out, arms up. Engage the bandhas and breathe. 3 breaths. Finding that drishti. Coming out if you need to. One more breath. And releasing down. Beautiful job. And we're going to scoot up to the front of the mat. And we're going to go into some spinal rocks. So just rocking back on your spine. And we're going to move into some final releases and stretches. Gently getting on your back, knees are up. And we are going to move into shoulder stand to begin with. And I'd like to start our half shoulder stand by just bringing the legs up. And this is a really great inversion because you're still allowing all the veins in the legs to have a vacation, all that blood just coming naturally down to the heart. And so you're getting the benefit of the inversion here. You want to go into half shoulder stand, challenge yourself a little more. We're going to lift those hips up. Hold on to the lower back with your hands. Try to see if you can have those feet directly over the head. Adjust the chin so the neck is comfortable. And breathe. One more deep breath. And you can either stay here, come down, or you can hinge those legs over into a plow. And maybe your feet make it to the floor, maybe not. And breathe. Just the neck, the back of the neck long. One more breath. Beautiful job. Tucking those knees into the chest. Bringing those hands down to the mat. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming down to the mat. Beautiful job. And let's tuck those knees into the chest and rock back and forth a little bit. Good job. Let's keep that right knee in and let's extend the left leg out. Left thigh is pressing in down towards the earth and the mat. And the right knee, you're going to bring it a little over more towards your armpit so you don't crush those right ribs, and pressing that right knee in. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. And we are going to switch legs. So we're going to bring the left knee up. We're going to extend the right leg straight. So there's two lines of energy. The right leg is pressing down towards the mat and the floor. And then the left knee is coming in towards the left shoulder. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. Releasing the leg down. Both legs straight out. And we're going to move into our fish posture. Both hands, the palms of the hands are flat on the mat. And we're going to bring those hands under the buttocks. Pressing into the elbows, lifting that chest up, and then resting the head down. Beautiful job. Engage those bandhas and let's breathe. One more breath. Beautiful job. Releasing the head. And flat on your back. Releasing the hands. Beautiful. And let's bring those knees back into the chest. And let's rock back and forth a little bit. Move into child's pose Balasana. You're going to grab those feet. In those feet so they're hovering above your ears almost. And then bend those knees down and press into the feet, pressing the knees down towards the mat. And breathe. And hold the bandhas. One more breath. And let's move into happy baby and just allow yourself to rock around and kick and just do whatever feels fun and easy for yourself and your body. Having some fun with it. You watch a baby, they're just having fun with their own body. And coming back to center, let's bring the feet to the mat with the knees up. Just going to go into a few final releases before we move into our Savasana practice. So the first release we're going to do is we're going to do supine cat-cow, laying on our back. And so we're going to inhale into cat, pressing. Let's exhale into cat, pressing the small of the back into the floor, tailbone is tucked. And then let's inhale into our cow, lifting that tailbone, arching the back off the mat. You may even be able to put your hand underneath the small of the back. And exhaling back into cat, pressing the small of the back into the back mat and tucking the tailbone in. And continuing for a few more cat-cows, flexion and extension of the spine on the floor. Finding your own rhythm. Keeping the breath flowing. Enjoying being and moving in your body. Coming back to neutral. And we're going to do what I call hula now. So we're going to take these hips, you can feel these hip bones right here. And it's the pointers of the pelvis. And then the hips. And we're going to just swivel those hips, keeping the sacrum and the back flat on the mat. We're going to bring left hip up, right hip down. Right hip up, left hip down. Swiveling those hips. The sacrum and the back remain flat on the mat. Only thing that is moving is these hips are moving up towards the ear, the ears as the opposite hip moves down towards the heel. and switching sides. Nice low back release for our Savasana. And we're going to come back to center with a nice, slow, gentle releasing. Now we're going to lift. These are going to hip pointers. So we're going to be lifting and pointing one hip at a time. So let's start with the left hip. Right buttocks is rooted solidly into the mat. We're going to lift the left hip and the left buttocks up and pointing that hip towards the ceiling and a little angle towards the side. And releasing down. And going to the right side, rooting the left buttocks into the mat, lifting the right hip up, pointing angled up towards the sky, and releasing down. And just going at your own pace, your own rhythm, and hip pointers, keeping the breath flowing. One more time on either side. Fully present in your body, enjoying the movement and sensations, and coming back to neutral. Beautiful job. And we are going to windshield wiper those legs from side to side. So just dropping both legs to one side. You can either windshield wiper them or you can lift the top leg and allow that bottom leg to just follow. They're both over to the opposite side, lifting that top leg, coming over. The bottom leg is just simply going to follow. Or you can simply windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Keeping the breath flowing. And the next time you get over to either side, and you get over to that other side, you're going to take that bottom foot and you're going to bring it up to gently rest on the upper knee. And we're just going to hold this for a few breaths. Nice little twist. One more breath. Beautiful. Release that foot. Bring it back down underneath. And let's move over to the other side. However you like to do that. Once both knees are stacked up on the other side, we're going to lift that bottom foot. Bring it up onto the upper knee. A nice twist. And you can bring that opposite arm out. You can bring both arms out to 90 degrees. You can look out over that opposite hand and breathe. One more nice deep breath. Beautiful job releasing that foot, bringing it back down. Let's bring those knees up. Let's walk those feet. Keeping the knees up, let's walk the feet out to the wide edges of the mat. And let's drop one knee at a time into the center. Finding your own pace, your own rhythm. Just going as far as your edge, never forcing, never causing pain. Nice, easy flow. And coming back to neutral. And I invite you now to maybe bring those knees into the chest. Give them one last hug. We are rocking back and forth and doing anything that your body needs right now before we go into our Savasana. Anything that you missed that you may have wanted to do during the practice. Just moving the body. And when you're ready, laying flat on your back. And we're going to go into a nice Yoga Nidra Savasana, restorative posture. Resting both legs down and relaxing those feet apart, maybe resting them to rest outward. Arms are rested beside you, palms up. Just releasing everything. And if you need a pillow under your head or under your knees, or maybe a blanket on top of you if you're cold, or an eye pillow, make sure to get yourself comfortable because we're going to be in a little extended Savasana, a Yoga Nidra. So taking a moment now to become aware of your breath. Simply resting in breath awareness. Allowing everything to still and become quiet. Imagining the mind as a cool, crystal clear pool of water, glass smooth and still. Feeling the entire body relax deeper into the earth, deeper into the mat and the floor below you. Inviting the earth to meet your body, cradle your body, and hold you safely. Supporting your life in every way. Feel the support of the earth. Acknowledge the support of the earth. Feeling all the muscles just melt and relax into the earth below, becoming heavier and more relaxed. Feeling the bones become heavier and more relaxed, being pulled towards the earth. All the organs relaxing. The heart and circulatory system relaxing deeper and deeper and more relaxed. All the systems in the body, all the organs, bones and tissues, joints, ligaments, skin, the organ of the skin, relaxing deeply. Inviting now the brain, the spine, the entire nervous system to completely release and relax and let go. Relax all aspects of your being. Bringing your awareness to the back of your body. It's resting on the earth. Feeling all the places your body is pressing into the mat or the earth below you. Bring your awareness now to the front of your body. You feel a breeze or some air on your face. And in the palms of your hands, the entire front body. Bringing your attention now to the lower half of your body, from the waist down, the lumbars, sacrum, the tailbone, the hips, the pelvis, all those deep psoas and pelvic muscles, the thighs, quadriceps, hamstrings, the knees, shins, ankles, feet, toes, the entire lower half of your body. And now bring your awareness and your attention to the upper half of the body. From the waist up. Letting that abdomen, thoracic vertebrae, cervicals, shoulder blades, the entire spinal column, chest, throat, shoulders, both arms and forearms, elbows, hands, fingers. Bringing your awareness to the head, feeling it resting on the earth. Relaxing that jaw, moving around a little bit, bringing your awareness to the lips and the teeth, the tongue, the throat. Bring your attention to the nose, both nasal passageways. Bring your awareness to the cheekbones. Eyes, both eyes. Seeing if you can feel that optic nerve behind the eyeballs moving in towards the brain. Bringing your awareness to that third eye, that point right between your eyebrows and your forehead. Imagine now going an inch into your head from that third eye, diving right into that pineal gland, right inside, directly in front of the third eye, behind the eyes, into the brain. See if you can sense that within you. Bringing the awareness now to the ears, the outer ear. If you can sense into the air canal deep inside the head. Continuing to relax and release the body. And we're going to move now from the physical body into the energy body and sensations. So diving inside your being and noticing sensations within your body, vibrations, pulsations, tingling, maybe warmth or cool, trembling. Sensing into your body as vibrations and sensation. experiencing yourself as a pulsating energy field. I invite you now to dive into the emotional body without judging it, without even labeling it. Just move into the felt sense of the emotional body, allowing those emotions to simply be what they are without putting a title on them or judging them in any way. Just simply observe and feel. Don't push anything away. Simply noticing what is arising emotion. Feel it rather than labeling it. Feeling it fully, embracing it completely with pure love, pure acceptance. And simply letting it go and see what arises next in the emotional body. Knowing that emotions, thoughts, feelings are all ever changing, therefore not what we are. They're passing through us rather than being us. We are the eternal awareness they pass through. Stepping into the awareness and notice with pure equanimity and non-judgment, neutrality. Now letting all the emotional body go, the Manamaya kosha go. We're going to move into a one point of concentration. So bringing your focus to the heart. All your awareness to the heart. And if the mind needs another anchor rather than the heart chakra and the heart space, you can say I am or Satnam silently to yourself, out loud if you're alone. Prefer silently to yourself so you can go deep. Stay in this deep state. Basking in the heart, one pointed focus. I am Satnam. Keeping that one point of focus for a few more moments, resting all your awareness into your heart. The mantra, I am Satnam. And releasing that concentration, releasing the mantra, allowing yourself to go into an uninterrupted flow of meditation, stillness, silence. Feeling the energy moving up from the heart to the throat, third eye, out to the crown, as that meditation brings you into a deeper and deeper sense of stillness and silence. Everything is slowing down, slower and slower, so you rest into a stop. Where you become everything, nothing. Everywhere, nowhere. Silent stillness. Everywhere, nowhere. Allowing your consciousness to expand from a place of silent stillness. Absolute presence. Perfect peace. Samadhi. Bliss. Anandamaya kosha. Bringing your attention now back into the heart, back into that single point of focus, repeating that mantra, I am Satnam. Coming back into that Manamaya Kosha, the emotional body. Allowing yourself to feel whatever arises emotionally within you, flowing through, coming and going, embracing it with open arms and releasing it with perfect love. Every emotion that arises, resisting the temptation to go into the mind and describing, entitling, and labeling emotions, staying in the felt sense, feeling. And bringing your awareness now to all the sensations, the energy, the vibration. Basking in that pulsating energy field that you are, vibrant, alive, tingling. Sensing into yourself as that energy field. And the energy moving through the hands, the arms, the heart, the legs, the feet, the entire body. Pure vibrational energy. And now coming into the physical being again. Feeling the body resting on the earth supporting the physical body. Bringing your awareness to the crown of your head, the head, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth and the tongue, the lips, the jaw and the chin, the throat, the spinal column, and the cervical vertebrae, thoracic and mid-back, to the lumbar, the sacrum, and the tailbone. Feel the chest and the shoulder blades, shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the hands and fingers and thumbs. Feeling your ribs. Bringing your awareness to the stomach and all the digestive organs. Belly button. Solar plexus. Sacral chakra. Feeling that pelvis. The hips. Feeling both legs. The upper leg, thighs, hamstrings, the knees, the calves and shins. Bringing your awareness to both ankles, the feet, tops of the feet, soles of the feet, both heels, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the pinky toe, the little toe. Feeling the entire physical body 360 degrees. The back, the front, the right side of your body, the left side of your body, the upper half of your body, the lower half of your body, fully present in your body, wiggling the fingers and toes, stretching out a little bit, taking a nice deep breath, and when you're ready, rolling over to one side and curling up into a little lotus position. Pushing yourself up into a seated position, coming into easy pose, cross-legged pose. Beautiful job. Closing your eyes for a moment and scanning your body once again. Noticing any differences from the beginning of practice. Noticing any more spaciousness inside of you. Stillness. Bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And we will end with our namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining this class. I am Grace, wishing you a most beautiful and blessed day. Hi, Xander. Hi, Amy.